must remain. Cause no matter how far you fly, once you taste it, baby, right here you return to die. Since 62, some head to greener pastures. In the Big Apple, they want a bite. Though for 50 years, we could have gone faster. To build a nation, we have to fight and fight. I love my country. I shall put it away before party, just like Harvey Boris. Oh no. And I love Trinbago, not Trini to the bone, but the marrow. So when them stormy dark clouds want to threaten white, black and red, tell them shred. Until we get real serious, remove the drugs and all them cokeheads. You see me, I want to see Trinbago moving ahead. I agree, we are still a paradise, built byways to highways, but progress came with a price. Although we excel in culture and sports, along the east-west corridor, our youths they pack up courts. Tell me, what is this great fatal attraction? This love affair that they have with crime. Now one by one they fall a daily extraction. We've got to save our youths while they're in their prime. Teach them to sing.
This is
Dear Lord, thank you for today. Thank you for your continued grace and blessings. Lord, today I ask for clarity that only you can bring. When everything feels noisy, confusing, and overwhelming, your peace is what I seek. Lord, be my center in the midst of the storm. When my mind is consumed with worry and doubt, lead me to your still waters. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
We, the people. The people want hope, opportunities, security, and respect. The people want justice. The people want the truth.
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Hear the truth with Ombudsman Harvey R. Boris, the voice of truth. Can you handle the truth?
I love my country.
Looking for that perfect accommodation? Well, come to Caribbean Tourist Villa, located at number 7 Methuen Street, Port of Spain. All our rooms are equipped with AC, internet, and access to our lovely pool. Whether you're looking for a personal getaway or family accommodations, Caribbean Tourist Villa is exactly the place to be. Enjoy the ambience of staycation, luxurious rooms, and a well-trained staff. Call us now at 623-9164, 797-2858, or contact us at caribbeantourist.villa@gmail.com. Caribbean Tourist Villa, where your magical moments begin.
Welcome to the Big Mike Wellness Center, where your health and wellness is our top priority. We offer services that give you an in-depth understanding of exactly what your body may be going through. Our specialists are dedicated to guide you step by step on your journey to proper health. You can book an appointment via the link in our Instagram bio at bigmike.wellnesscenter, or call or WhatsApp us at 346-2612 or 288-8301.
Looking for the perfect place to call home? Discover Hermosa Vista, East Trinidad's newest luxury townhouse development. Developed by Eastern Credit Union and meticulously managed by EPL Properties Limited, this remarkable new commercial and residential community, located along San Pedro Trace in Valencia, offers the perfect blend of convenience and style. Don't miss out on owning your dream home. Visit EPLPropertiesLimited.com or call 225-4375 extension 5324 or 5321 today. Hermosa Vista, where luxury meets convenience.
Welcome to Alicia's Palace, your gateway to relaxation, adventure, and excitement. Nestled in the picturesque Lady Chancellor Hills overlooking Port of Spain, we cater to both tourists and locals seeking an unforgettable staycation experience. Our rooms are designed to provide the utmost comfort, ensuring you have a restful and rejuvenating stay. Pamper yourself in our jacuzzi room or enjoy fun-filled moments in our 2 outdoor pools. You can unwind in our bar and lounge or embark on thrilling island tours and experiences. Planning a wedding or special function, our 300-capacity event facility is the ideal choice to create lasting memories with your loved ones. You can also choose from exciting packages like single day and overnight packages with your special someone. To book your tropical escape, call us at 624-8553 or WhatsApp 3173843. You can also email us at info@aliciaspalace.com or visit our website at aliciaspalace.com for more details.
New Day Alert, the voice of the people with Harvey R. Boris, is now on every Wednesday at 6:15 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. on I-95.5 FM. Tune in as he discusses current affairs and more. Do you want the truth? Can you handle the truth? I love my country, the voice of the people. Now, every Wednesday with Harvey R. Boris, only on I-95.5 FM.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
We, the people want hope, opportunities, security, and respect. The people want justice. The people want the truth.
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Hear the truth with Ombudsman Harvey R. Boris, the voice of truth. Can you handle the truth?
I love my country.
Palm Sunday is a day of celebration and joy. marking the triumphant entry of Jesus Christ into Jerusalem. It's a time to reflect on the sacrifice and love that Jesus showed for us. Here's a quote from Pope Francis on Palm Sunday. "We are called to be the branches of the tree of life, which is Christ. We are called to be the fruits of his tree, which are his followers. Remember, let's celebrate Palm Sunday with love and gratitude in our hearts."
Today, we remember Palm Sunday, a moment of hope, humility, and new beginnings. As the crowd welcomed Jesus with palm branches, may we also open our hearts with faith and gratitude. Let this day remind us to walk with kindness, trust in God's plan, and carry peace wherever we go. Have a blessed Palm Sunday.
He didn't come on a war horse to conquer. He came on a donkey to save. Palm Sunday marks the triumphant entry of Jesus into Jerusalem. As the crowds waved palm branches and shouted Hosanna, they were welcoming a king, but not the kind they expected. We celebrate this day to remember that prophecy was fulfilled. Jesus entered just as the prophets foretold. The path to the cross begins. This joy leads directly to the sacrifice of Good Friday. Humility is power. Our King chose a lowly donkey, teaching us that true greatness is found in service.
Reflection. Are we welcoming Jesus into our hearts today with the same enthusiasm as the crowds in Jerusalem? More importantly, will we still stand by him when the hosannas turn into the silence of the garden or the weight of the cross? Let us pray for a faith that remains steady, not just in the parades, but in the trials.
As we wave our palm branches today, let us also open the doors of our hearts. May this Holy Week be a journey of deep reflection and renewed faith for all of us. Have a blessed and meaningful Palm Sunday.
Jesus, our gentle King, you entered Jerusalem not in power, but in humility. Welcomed with palms, yet walking toward the cross. Today we join the crowd and cry out, Hosanna! Blessed are you who come in God's name. But we also ask for the grace to remain with you beyond the praise. To follow you in faith when the path becomes difficult. Teach us to lay down not only branches, but our fears, our pride, and our need for control. Make our hearts a place where you are truly welcomed, not just in words, but in the way we love and live. As we enter this Holy Week, walk with us, Lord. Strengthen us to carry our crosses with trust, and to believe that through surrender, new life will rise. We offer you our hearts today. Lead us closer to your love. Amen.
We, the people want hope, opportunities, security, and respect. The people want justice. The people want the truth.
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Hear the truth with Ombudsman Harvey R. Boris, the voice of truth. Can you handle the truth?
I love my country. Pleasant good day, wonderful good day to every one of you. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it is truly a privilege and pleasure to come into your homes, to your hearts. I want to say a wonderful good day to each and every one of you today. May the Lord God continue to bless you, continue to keep you, continue to be merciful unto you, and continue to let his love shine upon you. I say one more time, it's wonderful. It's a true honor. It's a true privilege to come into your homes and to come into your hearts. I thank you very much for this great honor and this great privilege. So Trinidad and Tobago, at the end of the day, let's start with the great words. You know what they are? At the count of three, wherever you are, say it with me. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. I love, love, love my country, Trinidad and Tobago. The red, the white, and the black. Of course, this is our country, one people, one country. I always say Trinidad and Tobago should be the wedding destination of the world, where two becomes one. The marketing is so easy, where two becomes one. We have 2 islands, 1 country. We have 2 major race, 1 people. We have 2 pan stick, 1 steel pan. And we have 2 bara, 1 beautiful tasting doubles. I truly love my country. If you love the country, you must love your community. If you love your community, you must love your street. What street are you on? I love my street. Listen, do something positive. My thing is about motivation, inspiration. Do something positive on the street that you live. I love my street. Do something good. Form a community watch group. Interact with your neighbors. Try to get things better. Listen, sometimes we are offended when some things happen in the community. Yes, but sometimes we feel, listen, we must learn to give. We must learn to know when something is right and when something is wrong. We must learn to be able to cooperate. We must be, to some extent, our brother's keeper. We must look out for each other. Not to mako, but to look out positively for each other. To say, listen, look at the neighbor. We need to, what can we do to help, to assist? Something on a positive basis. And that's what we need to do in this country. We need to really be our brother's keeper. So today, Palm Sunday, let me wish every citizen, as according to the Christian faith, well, the Roman Catholic faith, is when Jesus returned this Sunday before his crucifixion, before he was crucified. Let me be proper. Before he was crucified, and they welcome him with putting palm on the street and all of that. Palm Sunday. So you saw what we showed before, showing you the significance of today. So today I wish every one of you happy Palm Sunday. Remember the birth and remember the death and remember the life of Jesus Christ. For it is written in John 3:16, God said, for God so loved, it is written, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him will not perish, but have everlasting life. I want to repeat that. John 3:16. So remember the importance of having and knowing that God is there for all of us. John 3:16 states, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him will not perish, but have everlasting life. That's John 3:16. So remember that always. No matter what you do, remember that always. Trinidad and Tobago, it's important for us to understand. It's important for us to know. It's important for us to do the right thing where this is concerned. So I urge every single one of you to do the right thing for our country. Do the right thing for the street that you live. Remember, we can't depend on the government to do everything. We have to do some things ourselves. We have to do some things ourselves. And if we're doing that, if we're doing some things for ourselves, we have to understand that at the end of the day, it's up to us to really make the difference. It's up to us to make it better. It's up to us to make this country successful. It is really up to us to come together to make the best of this country. It's really up to each and every one of us. So I love my country. I love my community. I love my street. And after all is said and done, and you take the time to do all that you can do, there's a lovely place I want you to really make your home away from home. They having right now a special. All children are free, accompanied by parents. It is the Easter special. The city SEA. The children want a place to come and play, a place to come and swim in the pool, a place to come and just relax in the city. Bring all your children, accompany with parents, and they are free of charge to stay at Caribbean Tourist Villa. Whether it's for a day or 2 days or 3 days, let's bring them to Caribbean Tourist Villa. Make Caribbean Tourist Villa your home away from home. Caribbean Tourist Villa is really a wonderful place. Caribbean Tourist Villa. Make that your home away from home. So the Easter special, that wonderful Easter special is really there for every one of you to enjoy. The Easter special, that wonderful opportunity where you can really come and enjoy the Easter special. Really a wonderful time, a beautiful time, a lovely time is the Easter special. And you can really have a good time at this Caribbean Tourist Villa. Make it your place. Listen, from Caribbean Tourist Villa, you can literally walk to the zoo. From Caribbean Tourist Villa, you can walk to the botanical gardens. From Caribbean Tourist Villa, you can walk up around the savannah. You can walk on Arpita Avenue as a family. You can go, the parents in the night can go and have a spot of tea on the avenue. And from Caribbean Tourist Villa, you can walk down to Movie Town. From Caribbean Tourist Villa, when you come from Tobago, you go walk from the port straight across the Caribbean Tourist Villa. Caribbean Tourist Villa is great, has great location. The only guest house in Port of Spain with swimming pool. The only guest house in the heart of Port of Spain, Woodbrook, with swimming pool. Is a lovely place. It's a place with washing facilities. Stay there for a few days. You can get to wash your clothes. A place with cooking facilities. Yes, you can cook your food. Caribbean Tourist Villa. Come and enjoy the pool. Enjoy the pool. Let you try and come and enjoy the pool for the Easter vacation. Bring them. It is called Stay Home Vacation. Stay vacation. Stay home in Trinidad and Tobago. Number 7 Metron Street, Woodbrook, Port of Spain. Call them 623-9164. That's 623-9164. Come and stay at Caribbean Tourist Villa. Come and stay at the wonderful Caribbean Tourist Villa and make it your home away from home. Caribbean Tourist Villa is really a wonderful place. Caribbean Tourist Villa, come and stay. 623-9164, 627-5423, or WhatsApp. Take the WhatsApp number down, 797-2858. That's 797-2858. Caribbean Tourist Villa. Call them, or better yet, call the manager. Take the number down for the manager. You might get a bigger discount if you call the manager. The telephone number for the manager is 271-8435. That's 271-8435. That's 271-8435. Take the number down for the manager of Caribbean Tourist Villa and the executive of Caribbean Tourist Villa. 271-8435. That's 271-8435. Caribbean Tourist Villa, make it your home away from home. Caribbean Tourist Villa, on this wonderful day, we say well done to Caribbean Tourist Villa and truly make it your home away from home. Caribbean Tourist Villa is really the people's choice. Come and stay at a lovely place, a decent place, a respectable place, a clean place, a place that you feel proud to bring your children, a place that's nice and it's affordable and it's a home away from home. Come and stay for Easter at Caribbean Tourist Villa and enjoy the ambience of Port of Spain, Woodbrook. Enjoy the ambience of a safe environment. Enjoy a wonderful, there's parking. Yes, there's parking. There's parking on the facility. So you don't have to park in the street. You can park on the facility. In the facility, you have parking right there at Caribbean Tourist Villa. Call them. Take the number down. Let me give you the number one more time for Caribbean Tourist Villa in the Woodbrook area. Caribbean Tourist Villa also have rooms for rent at Caribbean Tourist Villa. You're getting rooms monthly, just about $3,000, around that figure, around $3,000 a month at Caribbean Tourist Villa. You know, it's not a daily rate, it's just a monthly rate. Rooms for rent, minimum 3 months, rooms for rent. So you're coming from Tobago, you're coming from South, you're working in North, you want a place to stay, they have rooms for rent. Rooms for rent, yes, rooms for rent at Caribbean Tourist Villa. It's wonderful. Call them 623-9164. That's 623-9164 or 627-5423. 627-5423 or WhatsApp on 797-2858. 797-2858. Or better, if you want to speak directly to the executive, the manager, you can call this number 271-8435. That's 271-8435 for Caribbean Tourist Villa. Make it your home away from home. And all Tobagonians come, is a special for Tobagonians. Come and stay at the wonderful Abbey Boy Place, Caribbean Tourist Villa, and make it your home away from home. All right? Wonderful indeed. Well, today, Director, tomorrow is Shouter Baptist Day. Tomorrow is Shouter Baptist Day. Tomorrow is a special day. It is Shouter Baptist Day tomorrow. A day that, listen, let me give you a little background. Shouter Baptist Day was given under, my memory serves me right, Bastille Panday. It was given under Bastille Panday. And I remember the organizations that fought for it under the lovely spiritual Baptist lady from the Laventille area. And she was a strong supporter of the then government. But I remember, if my memory serves me right, it was Senator Junior Barrett, who was the man that truly pushed and wrote and fought for the holiday of Shouter Baptist, Junior Barrett. He was a UNC senator. He eventually went across and became a member of the PNM. But that gentleman, Junior Barrett, the country owed him a debt of gratitude, because he, if my memory serves me right, was the one who really wrote and pushed and fight with Mother, her name flies out my head. But they fought for this, along with other Shouter Baptists, fought for this becoming a holiday. But if again, if my memory serves me right, Junior Barrett was the man who really helped to motivate Bastille Panday, motivate the then government to give this as a holiday for Trinidad and Tobago in commemoration and in memory of the Shouter Baptists that went through horrible time in terms of the early beginnings, and also as a faith that has its own beginning right here in Trinidad and Tobago. So again, I say, well done, former Senator Junior Barrett. Well done for the work you've done. And to all Shouter Baptists, I wish you a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day tomorrow. A day for joy and praise, a day of celebration, a day of thanksgiving. I wish you all the best for tomorrow by the grace of Almighty God. So we do a little something just now, because the one thing, I was listening to a show. It was this Tamika. It was on 95. And she had a lady who explained, I didn't know that this thing was actually a technique or a rhythm. The way they shout about it with create music with their mouth. That's something I've admired for years. I used to say, I grew up a Seventh Adventist. I said, why don't in our church we have that? Because in the African vibration, you have that natural spirit, that natural vibration to move, to dance, you know what I'm saying? And I can't do it, but I mean, they would make their voice literally into music. It is incredible. And some we take the things that we have for granted. It is really, really incredible how this is done, how they Shouter Baptist music and that rhythm, oh my God, I tell you, it is wonderful. It is really, really wonderful, and that's one thing I would like to say. I mean, somebody might get annoyed with me. I'd like to see the Adventist church, that more rhythmic, that more energizing, away from the English type of way of which nothing is wrong with that. There's a time for that also. The nice singing of hymns and so on, which is good. Nothing is wrong with that. But to me, that's also part of the natural rhythm of the African person. Something I'd like to see some of them. Anyhow, that's just my personal perspective on this is concerned. So again, but I'll be coming shortly to show some of the things pertaining to Shouter Baptist and some of the things in terms of history. Now, today, what I'm doing, I'm presenting this show today as a news. Today, this show is a news broadcast. So I'm broadcasting these things as news item. Why? Because I want people to see some of the history of African people. I want people to understand what African people went through. As you know, this week gone here, African people were first under Ghana. I want to really talk about this for a second before I go further. I want to talk about this for a second before I go further. people, listen, who vex lost are talking the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I want to talk about this before I go further. Ghana presented to United Nations the thing up to declare that slavery was the worst atrocity against mankind, against humanity. It was the worst thing. You know, it was terrible. It was absolutely positively terrible. It was something, was the worst the treatment that human beings has ever lived under the history of this world. It was worse than slavery of the past. It was nothing compared to the slavery that was done to African people for about 400 years. It was 12 million people trafficked, listen, kidnapped and trafficked from Africa through the Middle Passage. Over 12 million persons, over 2 million lost their life on the voyage from Africa to Caribbean, to America, and to other diverse places. Yes, it was. And listen, and the three persons, the three countries that did not abstain, but voted against this becoming a recognized thing by United Nations is what we call the saving country of the world that is protecting, as it is said, allegedly so, that's protecting democracy. It is the United States of America. How could United States of America, where slavery was at its worst level, whether the Jim Crow situation, how could United Nations, how could United States vote against such a resolution? How could United States do that? I will never understand how they can justify that when slavery was at its worst in the United States of America. There's no two ways. No, I'm one of those who, as you know, love America. I appreciate America because I see America people can leave their various homes or parts of the world and go to America and actually change, transform their family by the opportunities that's presented in America. Yes, I've seen that for myself. I know the situation. I know what is concerned, and therefore I am one of those who support America from that point of view. I know the things that America has done wrong. I have studied world history. I've looked at situations with the various enforcement agencies, what they have done right and what they have done wrong. So I'm not blinded, but I know the good also of America. And I ask myself the question, how can America do what it's doing in schools now and in education? You take out the African history, the history of slavery. How could you do that? It is wrong. It is wrong. And I say it again, it is wrong, because what Africans went through, what Black people went through, it is an abomination. It's an abomination. It is really wicked, evil, an act to be committed against humanity, against human beings, where human beings were considered less than even animals, where people were beaten and tortured, where people were just used, and it was terrible. Indentureship can't come even close. The only thing that come close to the evil that went on was this situation, what happened to the Jews, as the case may be, how Jews were treated under Hitler. That's the only thing that can come close to slavery. The only thing that can come close in terms of the wickedness and the evil against human beings. Listen, and that's why the Jews will never forget it. And that's why they now have laws, anti-Semitic laws, that if you speak certain ways, you can now be sent to jail. Why are there anti-slavery laws? Why aren't there anti-slavery laws? Why have the American Black activists, why have they become so weak that they could not fall in the footsteps of Martin Luther King? Listen, why have the Black activists in America become, they now focus only on they focus more so on the gender situation, focus more so on other situation, and want to blend into other right things. Your right by itself, that's like how the Jews focus only on that whole situation of the Holocaust, where the Jews are focused, and the world, and America in particular. America said yes to the Jews. Listen, if you talk certain things, it's called anti-Semitic, and you can be in jail and incarcerated. Why aren't there laws? Because if you talk a certain way about the African person and about the African people, about the African history, it can be called anti-African slavery, something of that nature. So therefore people will understand the truth that what transpired, and people will understand that if you fight against the truth of this history, you can end up in a situation. Why isn't that so? Why aren't Black activists throughout the world, and in particular Africa, and I compliment African group of countries headed by Ghana, fighting fighting for this on the United Nations. Now you have to take it one step further to get laws passed in countries that slavery was true, slavery was real, slavery was evil, slavery was wicked, and have laws passed that people who deny slavery, that's like if you deny the Holocaust, you can end up in jail. You must end up in a situation if you deny what is true, how human beings of the African race, why if you don't do that, Africans shall always be weak, considered less than how we are and supposed to be considered. On that basis, let me say clearly, let me say categorically, we must stand strong together. This is just the first step in really recognizing the situation. So America voted against this resolution. How come? Argentina voted against this resolution. How come? Israel, that say they're fighting for rights and dignity, voted against this resolution. How come? How come? And the 52 other countries that abstained, and some of them, all the European countries argued against it, but didn't vote against it, just abstain. That also could have come like I've not a vote in favor, but just saying I'm not taking part in it. I'm not voting yea or nay, as the case may be. 52 countries did that, including the whole of Europe, including Ukraine, that African people care about in terms of this war that's raging, including Ukraine, abstain. How come? How come? How come the entire world was not united with this? Because this is true. This is real. This is something that we need to understand. How come? I ask the question, how come? How come the nation that is ready, the so-called considered the first world nation of the world, the nation that's fighting for human rights, for democracy, fighting for this, taken to freedom of the people and freedom of the people and freedom of the people. How come you voted against such a resolution? How come? That's the only question I'm asking. I, who are one of the biggest supporters of that country, I ask the question, how come? It shocked and surprised me that that country voted against this resolution. Because listen, this resolution, you must have reparation. Reparation is a vital part of this whole situation. Reparation. What is reparation? Some saying that your government today mustn't pay for the atrocities of the past, but governments of today have paid for the atrocity of the Holocaust, and they were paying people, survivors of the Holocaust, up to, I think some probably still being paid. From Germany has been paying that up to the new all the governments. Why? How come you can pay for Holocaust and in terms of what was done by the government then, and you can pay for it now? How come? So why now countries who became rich, England and many countries like England that became rich out of the back, out of the blood, out of the sweat, out of the tears, out of the debt of African people? Why is saying that the governments today can't do that, cannot pay for it, when the governments of today, the country is rich because of what was done and the persons who would go through slavery and what was done? Yes, the governments of today must pay, including my government in Trinidad and Tobago must pay reparation. And it doesn't have to be cash, but it could be in some or whatever mechanism in recognizing and understanding. We now have a second opportunity of the decade for people of African descent has been extended further. We now have another opportunity to correct this evil act. It was the height of evil. It was the height of wickedness. It was the height of what is wrong in the world today. And it was the worst atrocity that happened to the African community. And I'm saying, if that is the case, governments who benefited and companies that benefited must make some level of restitution, must make some level of for rehabilitation, must make some effort to do that which is right, and not just enjoy the wealth that was gained. And part of the resolution is that you have to return the things that was stolen from Africa, things that were stolen, as the case may be. But reparation is important. And I started the initiative some years ago under the last administration, and I went to the General Council and I said, listen, and not only that, let me calm down. Let me calm down. Ladies and gentlemen, I went to the General Council of the People's National Movement. I went and I said exactly what Uganda got. Those are the things I fought for at the General Council. Let me talk it real. I went to the General Council of the People's National Movement. That's supposed that some people say it's the Black People Party. Sometimes I ask, how black? How real is that? But I will tell you this. The PNM has never been the Black People Party. Never. Not from the point of view that they don't honor and assist Black people. They want to assist everybody. That's the point. That's the point. The PNM has always been a party for everybody. It has a majority Black base or majority African base. But the PNM has never been a party that's an African or pro-African party. Never. It was founded with Dr. Eric Williams, who is a mixed person, and he had with him people of Caucasian descent, of East Indian descent, primarily Muslims, as the case may be, and they formed this coming together. So the PNM has always been a national party for where race is concerned, where ethnic background is concerned. The PNM has always been. So 4 or 5 years ago, I went to the General Council. Or 6 years ago, I can't recall the exact time. And exactly what Ghana got approved at the United Nations, those are things that I recommended. And I recommended that the PNM take the lead in recognizing this and also in respect of reparation. Ladies and gentlemen, at the General Council meeting, I got support from one single person, possibly two. Possibly Mr. Shade didn't speak out, but possibly he was of the support. But the one vocal support I got at General Council, imagine General Council with 100 persons sitting down there, and the leaders in the front and at the head table. I got one support, vocal support. And that was from the same former UNC Senator, Junior Barrett. I must give him credit. He was the only man today, and now I understand he's not that well. And I hope that the PNM focus and help Junior Barrett and show that we can help our people when they are down. I'm not saying that he is down, but I know he's not in the best of health. Junior Barrett was the only person in the General Council who stood up and said, yes, I support what Mr. Boris has said. As a matter of fact, XYZ, and he referred to this and things like that, and he had his own history. Junior Barrett, I want to thank you publicly today, sir, for that support. I want to publicly thank you, and I hope that now in your time of need, that the PNM party, that where you left the UNC and came across to the PNM as a Shouter Baptist, as the case may be, that you are treated and given whatever level of support or assistance can be given. People like Foster Cummins, who's successful, can look out, and he's also a Shouter Baptist, can reach out to you. Can reach out to you. I'm sure Foster Cummins can assist you. I hope that Foster Cummins hear this. But Junior Barrett was the only man. And at that meeting, I stood up and I spoke aggressively so. And the rest of General Council members sang there, because when the PNM is in power, you don't talk African consciousness or African upward momentum. When they're in power, you don't talk at all, because people feel there's this black government in place, as the case may be. And when you're out of power, black people catching their certain parts of their anatomy. I'm talking real today. Calm down, Harvey, calm down, calm down. You were trained as a diplomat, calm down. You served 6 years in America as a diplomat, calm down. The UNC sent you to Brazil to look at things, calm down. Calm down, my brother, calm down. But I'm talking real with you today. I'm talking real. Real, real, real. As Monroe would say, talk it real. I became so concerned, and I raised at the General Council, and I raised the issue. I will say this not publicly, because the truth is the truth. I will say this not publicly, because the truth is the truth. I got no support, not from the head table, nor from the floor. Only Junior Barrett. He's helped to save what I was speaking about. That the then chairman, a white man, well, Trini White, who was chairing the meeting, agreed and said, listen, we shall form a committee to consider what Mr. Boris has raised. That committee was supposed to comprise Junior Barrett, Harvey Boris, Fitzgerald Hines, I think Mr. Shade. But the only two functionaries of that, apart from Mr. Shade coming to meetings sometimes, was Junior Barrett and myself. We started holding meetings we got the permission to hold meetings from the management of the Queen's Park Savannah to hold the meetings at the Queen's Park Savannah, that conference room that was upstairs there. And I started calling for meetings, and not much of you so-called Africans came out. I'm talking it real. Those of you who came out, I said, thank you, incredible brother Crazy Atiba, Imam Crazy Atiba. And up to this day, he still comments, let's continue. Sometimes I feel a little weak, you know. I feel a little weak sometimes. And we fought, and we started holding meetings, and we came up with a paper, a proper paper, that again, under my guidance and my inspiration, but under the brilliance of Junior Barrett, we came with a paper, we presented to the General Council. This paper, the General Secretary was to present it to the General Council. I understand it has never been presented. I understand that paper may have been presented to Ghana as part of their confidence resolution. It is quite possible that very said paper, I don't know the facts, but it is possible, allegedly so, that paper, that same paper or aspects of that paper was used and also given to Ghana. So Ghana used that as part of its making up of its proposal for this situation, because some of the things that we recommended then for Trinidad and Tobago coming from the People's National Movement, because I was not in power as a minister or senator at the point in time. I was not there at that point in time full in that role, and as such, it was presented through the party, and it was presented after we wrote the paper again under the brilliance of Junior Barrett. After we wrote out the paper and presented to General Council, it was never presented where every member get a copy, as the case may be, and officially presented and discussed, and a resolution coming out of General Council. That has not happened. What did happen, however, is that I saw plans afoot from my constituency to remove me from General Council. Allegedly so. What transpired there, I don't know. One day I will know the truth, because God said time is longer than twine. But before that could have happened, I put pen to paper and resigned as a member of the General Council. And I continued to hold meetings against all odds. I would pay caterers to bring food at the meetings to ensure, and there's a caterer on Saddle Road called Julius. We had many other persons to provide food for our meetings. I put out the money. I had no fear in putting out money. Just like in the past, when I was constituency chairman, back in the day when PNM was not in power, we would pay. Listen, we and we would pay Earl Cunningham. We would pay from our pocket. I paid for years to keep the constituency office going from my pocket, pay the rent, and sometimes we put up our money together from the constituency and pay the rent. When that happened, I would pay for my pocket. As the case may be, I was the first councillor to have an office in Trinidad and Tobago. I went on the Eastern Main Road. I paid it again because thank goodness my family some of them were involved in business and they would assist me, because at that point, in the early days, a councillor salary was I think $700 or something like that a month. But I had a big office on the Eastern Main Road where I had a big, massive Balize flag in the window. And people like David Tate said to me when they come along in the maxi taxi or the bus and they see the big Balize thing on the window of my councillor's office, that's what kept that's what Canada was under, was being almost wiped out in 33 back in those days. As the case may be, that flag, that big flag kept them going and talking it real. But people like myself are never recognized by this organization because we have too much amount. We pick up his man. But let me tell you, I am man. And therefore we must stand strong in this land as man for the right thing. I'm a member of the organization for over 50 years. And sometimes, like I told this gentleman who calls the radio all the time, he calls the radio all the time in support and to defend PNM. I said that people like you should have been on the air because you have something to say positive. I'm drifting a bit, but let me just say this. I went and some years ago and I asked that these people be taken and given a proper program where they could really and probably even get a little income. And it just met with deaf ears. Because when we in power, who needs you? When we have people, professional journalists, and we have in our office a PR person, who needs you, the grassroots? Who needs you? It's only when you're in opposition then the grassroots voice is important. I'm talking the truth. And God knows I'm speaking the truth. You know? So this gentleman, who was his name, just from the Shigona, I think from Shigona Central, where he Shigona Okuva, where he's chairman of the constituency group there and things like that. He always in the air, calling and defending. He remember Mr. Porter Spain, you know. But I was the one who started this calling on the air. As a matter of fact, at one point in time, let me talk it real. I used to pay about 12 to 15% telephone bill because I used to keep them. Listen, I really was an activist in the background, just not a little grassroots, but I really was committed to my cause, and I would pay people telephone bill because again, my family was into business. I would ask them, and they would assist me back in the day to help. And who recognized that? Who recognized that? Who recognized that? Sometimes it hurts your heart the way people treat you because, you know, and listen, let me talk some things. This Palm Sunday, Jesus Christ came on the donkey and people put a palm in front of to signify, listen, and if he can be crucified, who was without blemish, then who am I? Who am I? Sometimes the treatment is meted out, you know, and you wonder, and that, what's his name again? Oh, his name is just coming in my head. You know, he calls the radio station all the time, speaks very eloquently, and, you know, and I said these people like them, Sharon, and all the different people, Google, and all these should be given. Do you know that only happened a month before the PM demitted office? I'm talking it real. It never happened. Never happened. Now the US is in power. Even my friend Kingsley have a program on the air, and Kingsley, congratulations. You used to be on my program all the time. You know, congratulations. And all the best to all of you all. All the best to all of you all, from my heart, sincerely. Because you must appreciate your activists. Not only in time of need, when you get in power, you have all your big morning minister. You know what I'm saying? You have no time because you're a minister. Treat your activists right. So I used to, back in the day, pay constituency office rental. People need help, I would help them. But then I recognize I couldn't do much. I formed the Center for Justice over 30 years ago. I formed the Center for Justice to help people. The Center for Justice was not formed to help people. People said help people. And all over the country, black, white, Indian, African. I remember at the time, two pundits came to me. Back in the day, this is where they call it Kapara, came to me from way down south. And the other problem, I rectified the problem because at the Center for Justice, we had no race, no politics, and we still, from the 30 years, even when I was a diplomat abroad, I would take my salary and send my salary to keep my office, which was on Abercrombie Street, opposite Power 102, to keep my salary going. I had staff, secretary, and attorneys, Mr. Maharaj and Mr. He passed away now. His office was in Port of Spain from Syracuse originally. He was the one who wrote up our constitution and things of that nature. They were in-house attorneys, plus we had other attorneys. 17 attorneys would be assisting people free of charge, pro bono, as the case may be. Even Ramesh Lawrence Maharaj assisted me a couple of times in terms of keeping take care of its issues. Some 1-2 Keith Scotland, different people who assisted in various ways. And I found that I felt this passion, this to do things, because it has always been. I joined from the age of 14. I was involved in youth work when we used to clean the Kwesi. I used to have 100 to 50 to 100 young people with me on a Sunday cleaning the Kwesi. My commitment to this country, this is just part of me. This has nothing to do with politics. So this is me loving the physical Trinidad and Tobago. I am from San Juan, Paletove. I love my two Twin Island Republic. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I've been committed. My life has been community service, country service throughout my entire life. It's a good thing my brother encouraged me to business too, that I was able to use the business to stay afloat if I had depended on I tell you. So we used to clean the Kwesi year after year, covered by TDT. A guy called Robley, who again from Tobago, would come. He was the head reporter for TDT. Would come on a Sunday, see us, all the youths in the Kwesi, clean up the drain, put in. I go to Kaleidoscope, beg them for drums. They give me 50 drums. We paint it up. So when they come out Monday morning, Kwesi spring and sprang, and with drums they put in your garbage. We were doing that as young people. Listen, this is my commitment to this country, and I continued up to recently when I did the Savannah, when I painted the whole around the Savannah black, the railing black, the crowns white, the benches red, to transform the Savannah. As little as it is, it's better than it was. As Savannah stands out, you can see some sort of unification in the Savannah. I just work in Cascade at different places because of my commitment to this country. It is really from my heart, and it hurts me when people ignore grassroots people who are committed to this place because you come from nowhere, and because this is your friend, or because you have this qualification, and they put you and you become minister and you become that. Right now, look at it. All those who were ministers, who was fighting for the party, some ministers, you never heard a thing from them after the election. Never heard, not even a squawk, not even a peak. But the grassroots still there, and they're fighting, and they're talking, and they're calling all the different airways, and they're fighting, and then when they get back in power, they put back a lot of these people back in power. Oh yes, I'll be talking now big and broad and blah, because no, I am minister so and so and so. I am minister. I don't want to be a minister. Let me tell you point blank. I have no ambition of being a minister. Yes, I'm saying that has never been my ambition. I wanted to do one thing, to be of goodwill. I want to do one thing, to be of goodwill. Goodwill to this country. I come into the break direct. I come into the break, but I wanted to be of goodwill to this country, and I will continue to be of goodwill to this country. Because I want people, all people, Indian people, African, Chinese, Caucasian, Syrian, Lebanese, whatever. Once you're part of my country and love my country, I want you to be successful. I don't want to see what's happening, especially now in the African community, where the African community is last on the economic ladder. I do not want that for nothing. And therefore things must be put in place. And that's why I call up Kamala Prasad. I spoke to my friend Jolene John. Jolene, I need to talk to the Prime Minister. I need to do so, because the country, listen, sometimes I put country above party, not sometimes, not all the time. You see what I'm saying? Country must come before party. It must be country first, not to go on, to be with honor and with respect, but what is right for the country, because I believe in goodwill towards mankind, and I want to continue. I've been doing this work from the age of 14 years, and today, even though I say I'm 35, because I feel young and healthy like 35, I've been doing this over 50 years. I was thankful for those who recognize the work I've done in this country, like Professor Francis, who took me to America, where I got an international award handed to me by Michael J. White, who is this big martial artist, movie actor, who gave me a national humanitarian award in 2017, 2018. Thank you, Professor Francis, for recognizing the work that I've done and continue to do. And then people like Jenny and Fuan and Dean Nolly Clark and many wrote for me year after year to receive a national award. They wrote year after year, and finally I received a national award, not awarded by the government, but awarded but not because they recognize, but recognized by the people and the government or the president's office, who I'm not sure who does the accepting of it. And I received a national award. It wasn't to the level to which they recommended it, but it was still a recognition to which I will always be eternally grateful. I, Harvey R. Morris, I didn't start to do this to get anything, but when some people recognize the work that you have done, then in your heart you feel a sense of purpose even further, as the case may be. When the UNC and the Panzi Panel sent me to Brazil to look at it, and we went to look at the whole local government situation across there, and you know, it was to me a real eye opener to understand and to see how things are, to look at the impoverished part of Brazil. You know what I'm saying? As against those that are successful, to look at how they have it literally coordinated off and from one to the other. When I had a meeting with the governor I won't say Rio Claro, of Rio, you know, when we had a meeting with the then governor, I think it was a female governor. When we went to the airport, we were met with police outriders to take us to our location, you know. And these are things that open my mind further to see that we can do much more for the grassroots. And that's why I'm putting together now the National Grassroots Organization of Trinidad and Tobago to really push grassroots, as the case may be. I know I drifted, of course, a bit, but I'm saying all this to make the point that my commitment is real. My commitment is real. My commitment is real to this country. It is not just, I'm not on TV because I want to be on TV. I'm on TV because I'm committed to this country. I'm committed to every race, every person. I have fought for the Indian community. I have fought strong. I fought for police officers to get the $1,000 extra. I was one of those who led the battle for that. I led the battle for local government officers to be put in full police. People don't know the history. I led the battle for that for local government police to be put in full uniform as police uniform, as the case may be. And I will be starting a battle for the airport police officers to be put in police uniform also, because that respect must be given to the airport authority and probably even port authority police officers to be put in national police uniform as port authority, as to where there's still some respect for the national police uniform. There are those who are disrespected within the organization, but generally speaking, there's still some respect for the national police uniform, as the case may be. So I shall be fighting for the airport police to also go in that national attire. I shall be fighting for the port police to go in that national police attire. These are some things that we have fought for, as the case may be, to continue to fight for the upward momentum momentum. I fought even when the Venezuelans came in. I fought that they will also be given that opportunity to work and like be given something. I want those who fought, even when those of my UNC friends who fought coming against it with protests around in Savannah. I said, no, we have to support because these people are suffering in their country. We have to assist them. I supported that situation as the case of me, you know, and I said to the then minister, I said, sir, I wrote him a letter saying that this must also be extended to all members of CARICOM who are here and in part and to Africans who are here. The same benefit will be extended to them and to Indians from India who are here. I asked for the benefit to be extended so the CARICOM people from Ghana to Jamaica who are here from CARICOM, and also for Africa and India to be given the same benefit. I was told, yes, Mr. Boyce, it will be done, but let's first start with the Venezuelans, and this will continue. It was never happened since after that. It never came to light, and I still will make the fight that all must be given the same recognition as I've given to the Venezuelan, so that they can be recognized and they can work decently. There are CARICOM people here, nearly all their life coming from a child and still catching their red and none and the anti. I didn't plan to talk so strong, you know, but let me talk it as it is, because I love my country. I love Palatavia. I love Tobago. I love Samoa. I love Trinidad. I love my country. So getting back to the African Ghana getting this recognition by United Nations, this was the same thing that I fought for the General Council. I had to resign as a member of General Council when I think that this may have led to it. It was Colin Burr, who was chairing the General Council, who decided to form a committee. I'm not sure if he was, if there are those who were against him for forming the committee under my request. I was the chairman of the committee. Fitzgerald Hine, a member. Junior Barrett, a member. Junior Barrett was the one who really functioned with me significantly. Probably Fitzgerald was busy with his ministry. And I formed the committee. We started to work. We held meetings at the Queen's Park, Savannah. We came with a paper. It was presented to General Council. It was never officially tabled at the meeting for discussion because all the points that was made, Trinidad and Tobago should have been part signatory to that Ghana thing. Trinidad and Tobago could have been the one who actually presented that to the United Nations because it is there. We understand allegedly that some of our documents was actually handed to Ghana so the Ghanaian government can use the information and with the requests, because what we requested is what was approved by the United Nations, that what would we made. Junior Barrett, excellent. Foster Cummins, I want you to check on Junior Barrett. He's a great brother, he's a great, but we must treat our people times up and times down. We must make sure that they assisted Foster Cummins, as tomorrow Shouter Baptist, he is a Shouter Baptist like you. Foster Cummins. Ladies and gentlemen, this is important. The document that we wrote is similar to that which was done by Ghana. Similar. Allegedly could have been parts of it, allegedly. But it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is the fact that it was done. It was done. And while I preach for unity in Trinidad and Tobago, while I want all races to come there, that's why I formed the grassroots organization. The grassroots organization not just for Africans, it's for all grassroots. I'll fight for my Indian brothers and sisters and any other race, and I fight for the African brothers and sisters, especially the economic situation that is upon the African community. Because those a lot of people who are not working and probably even losing their jobs, as the case, we must come together, stand as one, not from a racial point of view, but from a national point of view of unity. In the pursuit of ensuring the equality for everyone, because sometimes the greatest problem to the African community is not the East Indian, it's not the Caucasian, it's not the Chinese. Sometimes the greatest hurdle or the greatest problem for the African community is the African community themselves. So we don't like one another. I can't stand this one. I can't stand that one. Who he think he is, who she thinks she is, and we have to get rid of that. If we're doing business next to each other and we fighting on one another, we blocking one another. I can block you, and we don't understand that together we aspire, together we shall achieve, that the strength in the community comes from, that will create strength in the community, will create prosperity, but we do not understand, and it's a fight down, fight down, fight down, and the down, it has extended to the young people from coming to the African community because they have now created borderline. Even though my uncle could be living across the border, or my uncle children live the border, if my uncle children cross the borderline, come across on my side, we will kill them. Because why? We created borderlines because this African this side don't like this African that side, and it is now extended where it is down into gang wars because on the borderline, and we are doing, and we are seeing, and we're not finding ways to change it because we are killing, we are shooting, we are destroying, and there's no serious thing to stop this, to have an organized situation against the situation. See, from the month of April, God's willing, it's a different hot seat, you know. It's gonna be really hot. It's gonna be really hot. And I hope all of you who want honor and justice in this country will stand with me. Will stand with me. Because I want to see prosperity in my communities, prosperity in my country. I want to see everybody, every creed and race having an equal place in this country. I want to see that there must be hope, 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 hope in this land. Yes, hope in this land. So the thing was presented at General Council. I resigned from General Council because apparently there are those who didn't favor me fighting this African cause for reparation, for recognizing that it was the worst atrocity. Within that document, we fought that the PAN, listen, within the government, we fought and we put in there that the PAN be created as a national symbol. It was part of the document. It came to light. We would never have given credit as contributing towards that whole development, as the case of the PAN becoming national instrument. But who want to recognize the grassroots? Who want to recognize Junior Barrett? Who can recognize what Harvey Boyce contributed? Who want to recognize when the party having their annual thing and recognize it? Who want to, no, them fellas more too big. No. Let me look for the older looking people who pop up actually. You know, I used to fight for a lady called Miss Glasgow, the Elsie Government School. She was the one who went door to door for months and months looking for a piece of land to put a school in Elsie. Miss Glasgow. You know what I'm saying? Miss Glasgow. You know, I begged that I wrote that this lady, that school be called by her name. She went and she looked and she finally found the land. She went to Kamaluddin Mohammed and she said, MP, Minister, I have found this piece of land for the school in Elsie, the government Elsie school. I can't recall the exact name of the school, but it's the government Elsie school. I have found this piece of land. Kamal went and looked at the land. He said, yeah, the land is all right. And then the school was placed on that land. It was Miss Glasgow. Miss Glasgow, she's dead and gone now. I fought while she was alive to have that school renamed after her. It has not happened, and that's how we treat one another. That treatment must stop. So we're gonna stop hating trainers because the next African trainer, because the African trainers paying them. That's what the height of stupidity is. And you are trainer but you hate Tobago and it's the next African Tobago. That level of dotation and stupidity is stupidity. It is why the community of the African community stay always down, because that hate, that despair, because of politics. We must be able to say, I don't support you. I don't support you. Not because I don't support your politics. I'm not fighting. Listen, I see people in different, for instance, when I was working for owned by three brothers, Chinese descent. One is PNM, one is UNC, and one was COP. So whoever in power, and their business is one. Whoever in power, they're still all right. And I respected that. So the politics didn't come in their way. They didn't hate one another. But use a PNM, use a COP, use a UNC. No. It was the benefits of governance. But he's a old, I don't want to use the word thinking. He's a old this, he's a old that, she's a old this, she's a old that. And the case may be. And that's how I hope I can change somebody's heart today, mind today, to stop thinking like that. People tell me, why do you like Kamala Parsabi? I said, I've always liked the lady. I don't agree with a lot of her politics, but I always liked the lady as a person. I always found she was a cutie lady. I always found she was a nice person, how she interacted with people. I like that. And she came from humble beginnings, just like Dr. Rowley. I appreciate that. That's one thing I have great respect for Dr. Rowley. Have great respect for Dr. Rowley. For the point he came from humble beginnings and he was able to transform his life. I love things like that. I love that kind of human situation where people come from, but they must never forget where they come from. And that's why I like Kamala Parsabi. People get vexed with me for that. I like the lady. I will not stop liking her. I like her. I don't agree with some of the things she's doing or have done, but I like her as a person. You know what I'm saying? Whenever the 1-2 times I got spoken with her, I treat her with the greatest respect because why? She's one of my leaders. When she came to America when I was there, she might remember, I made sure she got protocol in America. I made sure Ramesh Lawrence got protocol. I made sure many of the UNC people who were then MPs, just MPs in opposition, when they came and I was there as a diplomat, I made sure they got, once I'm in the airport area, I make sure they got proper protocol and treated with respect as the case may be. Because that's how I am. We are here to serve our country, not to serve our party or our friends. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope people recognize the work of Junior Barrett. For the Shouter Baptist holiday, Junior Barrett. Everybody going to have to join us tomorrow. And if you didn't see Junior Barrett, nobody cares about Junior Barrett. This program was not to be about. I don't know how Junior Barrett named me up in this program today, but again, because you must recognize how what people contributed, boy, especially grassroots. Former UNC Senator Junior Barrett, General Council member at the PNM, Junior Barrett. Honor him, give him that credit, give him that, give him that respect. Because that document is a document that may have found its way to United Nations. Director, as I close my discussion, bring back the thing I said you last about the person making the speech in United Nations. Play a little bit of that and then go for the break. Play a little bit of that and then go for the break, Director. And when we come back, I will tell you why a gentleman did a thing, I played it as a news item in terms of why we accept Trinidad the way it is. And if we continue to accept Trinidad the way it is, we will not go anywhere. I'll play that clip. It's an important clip. I'll play that clip. It's an important clip. Yes, on today, Palm Sunday, tomorrow, Baptist Shouter Day, I will play that clip. And I'll play it as a news item. So all of you on social media, it's a news item play it because it tells you why we are how we are. And if we don't change some of the things we do as a people, we will not go far. We'll always stay in mediocrity. We'll always stay in a level to which we can't go to the higher level. That clip, that by a gentleman, it is really truth, and more truth. But Director, as I close, before you go to play a little bit of the African acceptance at the United Nations, not the one where he was at the press conference, the one where somebody spoke at the United Nations with the green background behind them. United Nations, in respect of presenting the situation. Trinidad and Tobago, I did my part. Junior Barrett did his part. The committee that met together did their part because people came and made contribution from the Black Caucus, made contribution at that meeting. Sister Empress Judy and my friend, the head of Black Caucus, made a contribution. Cracia Tiba made his contribution, and many other people travel from South made their contributions. Let me not forget any of you who came to the meetings at the Savannah and made your contribution. Your contribution became part of that whole framework we did to present for not you didn't come to represent, you came to represent the truth in terms of the African struggle. And I thank every single one of you who came out to those meetings, every single one of you, the caterers, Julius on Saddle Road, who provided food for us at times, and other caterers who I paid from my pocket to make sure that people would not just come to a meeting, but were treated with respect, were treated nice at the meeting as the case. I thank every one of you. I thank my friend from who is a gospel singer from San Juan, who provided the PA system and camera clippings of what transpired as the case of me. I want to thank him very, very much indeed for what he has done and his commitment to assist us when we do our thing. Again, I want to thank all of you for your contribution. And I'm happy that this has done, but it's just the first step in truly recognizing what every country now must recognize it individually, especially those where slavery was part of their wealth and their creation of the wealth, including Argentina, including America, of course, Israel, Europeans who moved from Europe and went across back to the land across there. But again, there were black Israelites, there were black persons who involved, as the case of me. That's a whole nother story. But the truth is the truth, and the truth will come forward irrespective of what. And again, I'm saying thank you to all who supported. Thank you again, Director. Play a little of the presentation of United Nations, and then go for the break. When you come back to me, I'll talk about Trinidad and Tobago, why we are the way we are. Please lock on. Tell your friends lock on, because today I'm passionate about my country. I love my country.
It's a move towards justice and healing. The UN General Assembly voted to recognise the transatlantic slave trade as the gravest crime in human history. On Wednesday, Ghana's President John Mahama came here to the UN in person to promote this resolution put forward by his country.
We come together in solemn solidarity to affirm truth and pursue a route to healing and reparative justice. The adoption of this resolution serves as a safeguard against forgetting.
This resolution calls for formal global recognition of this historical crime and opens the door for reparatory justice measures. It also urges the restitution of stolen works of art. Well, the vote in the General Assembly was passed with 123 votes in favour, 3 against and 52 abstentions. Argentina, Israel and the United States were the 3 members that voted against the resolution. France and the UK were amongst those that abstained. Whilst the resolution really got the backing of much of the global south, it did prove controversial for some Western powers, mainly because they are concerned about the mention of reparations. They argue that modern governments should not be held legally liable for historical crimes. Supporters argue, however, that this is about recognition of justice, not blame for current generations, and that it is part of a process towards healing. Toronto youth poet Shahada Jack read her poem Reclaiming Our Pen in the General Assembly, honouring those whose stories were never given the chance to be told.
Having this conversation in a global sphere and in a global space like the United Nations, I think will continue to empower the youth.
Looking for that perfect accommodation? Well, come to Caribbean Tourist Villa, located at number 7 Methuen Street, Port of Spain. All our rooms are equipped with AC, internet, and access to our lovely pool. Whether you're looking for a personal getaway or family accommodations, Caribbean Tourist Villa is exactly the place to be. Enjoy the ambience of staycation, luxurious rooms, and a well-trained staff. Call us now at 623-9164, 797-2858, or contact us at CaribbeanTouristVilla@gmail.com. Caribbean Tourist Villa, where your magical moments begin.
Welcome to the Big Mike Wellness Center, where your health and wellness is our top priority. We offer services that give you an in-depth understanding of exactly what your body may be going through. Our specialists are dedicated to guide you step by step on your journey to proper health. You can book an appointment via the link in our Instagram bio at bigmike.wellnesscenter or call or WhatsApp us at 346-2612 or 288-8301.
Looking for the perfect place to call home? Discover Hermosa Vista, East Trinidad's newest luxury townhouse development. Developed by Eastern Credit Union and meticulously managed by EPL Properties Limited, this remarkable new commercial and residential community, located along San Pedro Trace in Valencia, offers the perfect blend of convenience and style. Don't miss out on owning your dream home. Visit EPLPropertiesLimited.com or call 225-43 5375 extension 5324 or 5321 today. Hermosa Vista, where luxury meets convenience.
Do you suffer from diabetes or high blood pressure or just in need of a general checkup? Look no further. Visit Batson & Associates Limited, your holistic health experts, for your personalized program of solutions with a range of premium products and services tailored to suit your needs. Come and experience transformative healing with our team of specialists in natural and integrative medicine. Visit us or give us a call today at 222-8261 or 314-9975 and begin your journey to optimal health. And remember, if you think health is expensive, try sickness.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
We, the people want hope, opportunities, security, and respect. The people want justice. The people want the truth.
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Hear the truth with Ombudsman Harvey R. Boris, the voice of truth. Can you handle the truth?
I love my country. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the program. You know, someone just texted me and told me how I'm so passionate today and they love the fire and they want to see that side of Harvey Boris return to the airways, fire and more fire, dealing with issues as they are, dealing with issues as they come. And I tell you, from the month of April, God's willing, I intend to stand strong by the grace of Almighty God. Stand strong for truth, honor, and justice. I shall be fighting for all, and in particular, the grassroots of our country, from all walks of life, because of the commitment to which I have. I want to see my country go forward. I want to see my country go from best to the best. We could be the best tourism. Listen, people talk about Forex situation. I've been advocating. If I had the opportunity or the role to play, I turn this tourism thing in this country around. Literally within a year. We have people eat out of our hands because we have the greatest tourism product this world has ever seen. We here in Trinidad and Tobago have the greatest tourism product the world has ever seen. But it's how to market it. It's how to get the people to buy into it. So people treat tourists and tourists from the Caribbean, tourists from South America, West America, Central America, North America, tourists from Canada, from England, from Europe, from Africa, from India, from wherever part of the world they're coming from China, how to treat tourists, but most importantly, how to treat each other. it must be a combined program. Just like with the walkovers. I have a program for the walkovers that can help to reduce the carnage of people getting killed near to walkovers. Again, who reaches out to people? As the case may be. In America, when there was an issue, when I was a diplomat, a citizen came to me and told me the problem they encountered with Comcast. Comcast is the communication thing up there. I told them to take it to this particular radio station and TV station. They know me well. Up there in Florida. They took it. Within a few days, Comcast was on the scene dealing with the problem that has been there for months and months and months. Why? Because people listen to people on the media. In Trinidad and Tobago, it doesn't matter. We hear it today and tomorrow it's gone. We are really a 7-hour wonder, not a 7-day wonder, 7-hour wonder. You know, so they hear it, and then boom, it's gone. And that's why nothing works in Trinidad and Tobago to any full extent. That's why we start with good programs and it fall back. Because one thing we don't do, mainly, we don't have good maintenance. We build a nice edifice, a nice situation, and then we don't maintain it. We have buses, and then we don't maintain it. We have this, and then we don't maintain it. I'm thankful to God that we maintain a particular situation that takes us to and fro, as the case by the grace of God. And I thank God that we maintain that. But I'm saying we need to have that follow-up. We can't begin to continue to accept mediocrity. We continue to accept where we don't care, where it doesn't matter. That's why things don't work in this country. We need to change that situation around. We need to understand that if you're given a job, go out and do a job. When I was given the assignments as a diplomat in America, I served there for 5 or 6 years. And listen, I went to Saw Beach once because I was committed. People can tell you my team, the team that I worked with, which was with Gerard Green and my good friend who is now in South, I think is based in South Africa now. His lovely wife who is in England, as the case may be. You know, he was assistant to the Prime Minister with our team, Kirk Francois. Our team, we went out there, we transformed that whole, the 10 states that we were responsible for, which were the 10 southern states of America, which include North and South Carolina, Kentucky, Georgia, Florida, all those 10 states we were inside. We had our people actively involved with this. We created the Steel Plant Association, where we activated the USA Chamber of Commerce, USA Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Commerce. We really work, man, because if you get a job, it's not for glory, it's not for your resume, it's to go there and work, but work with the people, work with love and work with passion, work with do something positively. I had every month there was a national meeting of all the steel plant sites, and they used to hold my office, at my conference room in the consulate. That was their office place to come and hold their meetings. We changed the place and made the place something of worth of valuable, and I'm there with them chairing the meeting and getting things together. The Chamber of Commerce, you know what I'm saying? Was the cousin to former president? He was the president of the Chamber of Commerce, as they have a printing company in America, and we pulled things together, and the steel plant teams were getting bigger and stronger. Things were really acting. Our community, our East Indian brothers and sisters, they were heavily involved. Ask anybody the way we think. We would even hold meeting, but we hold multiple meeting at George Goji shop, as the case would be, to bring our people. Listen, man, we worked, brother. We worked. And that's the commitment I have. Whatever you're given to do, work at it. You know what I'm saying? Work at it and get it done. And we must be prepared to take advice. We must be able to decide, listen, how to do this better. If we don't, shall be, as this gentleman said, I'm playing this as a news item. I'm playing this as a news item for information, so we understand where we are going wrong. This to me is so important. I want you to pay close attention to what I'm about to play, because if you listen to it and you're in a level of authority, you will know what we need to fix. If you want to really change Trinidad and Tobago or improve this country, because you love this country as I love my country, then you listen to this and then you recognize there's truth in it. Director, bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on.
Let me start with something painfully ordinary. If you land at Piarco Airport and your flight is delayed 4 hours, nobody is angry. Nobody storms the counter, nobody demands answers, nobody expects consequences. People sigh, people stretch, people buy doubles. And then someone says the most dangerous sentence in Trinidad is Trinidad. That sentence explains everything. Because in countries that work, delays trigger investigations. In Trinidad, delays trigger acceptance. And acceptance is how standards die quietly. Let's talk construction, because everyone loves to talk about development while living inside dysfunction. If you've ever hired a contractor here, you know the script better than Netflix. Day 1, late. You forgive it. Day 2, later. You smile through it. Day 3, no show. You call. You don't get an apology, you get a story. Traffic, materials didn't come, something with the supplier, family thing. You nod because confronting him feels rude, and rude feels worse than failure. Congratulations, you just trained incompetence. In Singapore, if a contractor misses deadlines, the contract has penalties. Miss again, license suspended. No meeting, no argument, no feelings. The system doesn't care how nice you are. In Trinidad, we negotiate. And negotiation is how rules turn into suggestions. Let's talk roads. Everyone complains about potholes, but nobody asks the real question. Why does the same pothole exist for years? Not new potholes, the same one. Painted around, patched poorly, ignored again, because nobody is fired for bad road work. No contractor is banned. No ministry publishes failure reports. So potholes become landmarks. Turn by the pothole near the savannah. That's not infrastructure, that's satire. Let's talk licensing offices. If you've ever renewed a license, you know, system down, printer broken, officer on lunch, come back tomorrow. Yet somehow the same people always get through. Why? Because enforcement is optional, but relationships are mandatory. In Japan, licensing officers don't care who you are. Same form, same process, same outcome. That's what fairness actually looks like. Let's talk traffic, because traffic is culture with wheels. Red lights here are recommendations. Lanes are vibes. Indicators are aspirations. And if police stop you, the law isn't discussed, your identity is. Who you are, who you know, how you talk. That tells you everything. A country that debates enforcement instead of obeying it will never be orderly. Ever. Now let's stop pretending this is just the system. Because here's the uncomfortable part. Everything I just described, you've done it too. You jumped a line because you're in a hurry. You called somebody to speed it up. You parked where you shouldn't just for a minute. You played music loud and hoped nobody complained. You showed up late and laughed it off. And when someone corrected you, you felt attacked. That reaction is the problem. Let me slow this down. Accountability feels offensive here because it removes special treatment. And special treatment is cultural currency. Let me ask you something. Don't answer fast. If tomorrow Trinidad enforced rules exactly as written, who in your life would be in trouble? Pause the audio if you need to. Because if a name popped into your head immediately, that's why enforcement never comes. Let's stop comparing vibes. Let's compare the same behavior. Failing students in South Korea, if a student fails repeatedly, intervention is mandatory. Extra classes, long hours, clear consequences. Parents don't attack teachers, they ask, what do we fix? In Trinidad, failing students are promoted, teachers are blamed, standards are lowered. Then everyone's shocked when graduates can't write a proper sentence. That's not education, that's emotional babysitting. Punctuality. In Germany, Show up late repeatedly, you're gone. Nobody calls it oppression, they call it order. In Trinidad, late is normal. You arrive at 9:45 for a 9 o'clock job and say, "Morning," and the supervisor says, "You reach." That exchange is the collapse of productivity. Noise. In Japan, noise complaints are enforced, not because people hate fun, because shared space matters. In Trinidad, my music, my party, my vibes, neighbors don't matter. That's not freedom, that's entitlement. Corruption. In China, corruption isn't eliminated, it's feared. Not because leaders are saints, because consequences are real and public. In Trinidad, corruption is casual, a small thing, a favor, a shortcut. Then the same people complain about corruption on Facebook. That's not irony, that's delusion. Flooding. In the Netherlands, flood prevention is sacred. Engineers are accountable, mistakes are unacceptable. In Trinidad, same drains clogged every year, same warnings ignored, same outrage after. No one fired, so it happens again. Here's the brutal truth nobody wants to say. Trinidad doesn't actually want order. It wants controlled chaos. Enough rules to feel safe, enough disorder to bend them. That balance feels comfortable, and comfort is killing progress. This is why Singapore makes people uncomfortable, not because it's perfect, because it proves discipline works everywhere. Let me say something harsh. Trinidad is not oppressed, it is undisciplined. Oppression blocks opportunity. Undiscipline wastes it. We've had opportunity. We treat it casually. Let's talk politics. In countries that work, politicians fear systems. In Trinidad, systems fear politicians. Files pause when ministers call. Rules bend under pressure. That inversion is fatal. Here's another uncomfortable truth. Trinis love rights, hate responsibilities. We want benefits without contribution, safety without discipline, order without enforcement. That's not freedom, that's fantasy. Let me make this unavoidable. If tomorrow, noise laws enforced nightly, traffic laws enforced consistently, contractors fined heavily, teachers evaluated honestly, corruption punished publicly, crime would drop fast. Not because people became angels, but because behavior adjusts to consequences. That's human nature. Yes, people would complain. They always do. But after discomfort comes progress. Every developed country paid that price. Trinidad keeps dodging the bill. This isn't culture, it's tolerance. This isn't oppression, it's avoidance. And until enforcement becomes boring, nothing improves. Not crime, not corruption, not education, not healthcare. So the next time someone asks, why we not like Singapore? Don't talk about race, don't talk about size, don't talk about history. Ask one question. Are we willing to obey rules even when it hurts? Because until that answer is yes, this country will keep negotiating with failure. If this episode made you uncomfortable, good. That means denial is cracking. Subscribe, because next episode, we're dismantling.
So at the end of the day, consequences. Consequences is what we're talking about. Consequences. We have little consequences. Roads thing, no consequence. This school thing, no consequence. Licensing, no consequence. This, no consequence. That, no consequence. And at the end of the day, If there are no consequence, then nothing will change. Nothing will change. Trinidad and Tobago, I truly love my country. And I want the best for our country. I'm not perfect. Let me just make the point clear. So don't think I'm no saint. As the gentleman said, I have made all the mistakes he talked about. I've probably made all of those mistakes. But at the end of the day, I still want betterment for my country, that I must improve. You must improve. We must improve. If we have to change this country around, it's up to each and every one of us to do our part to change this country around. It's up to you to make it better. And today, Palm Sunday. Tomorrow, Shout Out Baptist holiday. Let's commit ourselves to turn this country around. Let's commit ourselves to ensure a betterment for our future. Let's turn this country around together, because together we aspire. Together we shall achieve. But the decision is yours. Let your conscience be your guide. Do you have one? I know some people's conscience are lazy, sleepy, and unfortunately, some people's conscience are literally dead. Let your conscience be your guide. Let's do what we can to improve this land. So TNT, we'll go for a break. When we go for the break, we shall also see Big Mike is having a special program. Big Mike is having a special program. I want you all to make sure the director will put it up on the screen. Big Mike is having a special program. And I once I can, it's big enough I can read it, I will read it for you, but it's a special program where you can change your health around, where you can change your wealth around, where you can change many things around. It's up to you. It's up to you. This is a great program being offered by Big Mike and Associates. Trinidad and Tobago, it will be at the Cascadia Hotel. Trinidad and Tobago, this is our country. Let's all come together and make it better. Irrespective of who is in power, make our country better. Because at the end of the day, it is betterment for our children and for the future generation. It's betterment for all. I love my country.
Looking for that perfect accommodation? Well, come to Caribbean Tourist Villa, located at number 7 Methuen Street, Port of Spain. All our rooms are equipped with AC, internet, and access to our lovely pool. Whether you're looking for a personal getaway or family accommodations, Caribbean Tourist Villa is exactly the place to be. Enjoy the ambience of staycation, luxurious rooms, and a well-trained staff. Call us now at 623-9164, 797-2858, or contact us at caribbeantourist.villa@gmail.com. Caribbean Tourist Villa, where your magical moments begin.
Welcome to the Big Mike Wellness Center, where your health and wellness is our top priority. We offer services that give you an in-depth understanding of exactly what your body may be going through. Our specialists are dedicated to guide you step by step on your journey to proper health. You can book an appointment via the link in our Instagram bio at bigmike.wellnesscenter, or call or WhatsApp us at 346-2612 or 288-8301.
Looking for the perfect place to call home? Discover Hermosa Vista, East Trinidad's newest luxury townhouse development. Developed by Eastern Credit Union and meticulously managed by EPL Properties Limited, this remarkable new commercial and residential community, located along San Pedro Trace and Valencia, offers the perfect blend of convenience and style. Don't miss out on owning your dream home. Visit EPLPropertiesLimited.com or call 225-4375 extension 5324 or 5321 today. Hermosa Vista, where luxury meets convenience.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
We, the people want hope, opportunities, security, and respect. The people want justice. The people want the truth.
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Hear the truth with Ombudsman Harvey R. Boris, the voice of truth. Can you handle the truth?
I love my country. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Cascadia Hotel. Cascadia Hotel. Yes, it is at Cascadia Hotel. Enjoy Cascadia Hotel. This is with Big Mike. It's called Health and Wellness. April 26th, starting at 1 p.m. Listen, I want you to please make sure and register for this health and wellness program at Cascadia Hotel. It is at, Cascadia Hotel on the 26th, Big Mike. Listen, and also you have Dr. James Clark, who should be on later on in the program. I'm not sure as yet, but we have a wonderful program lineup for you. Big Mike, it will be a fantastic thing. Trinidad Wealth and Health Wellness program. Wealth and wellness come together at the Cascadia Hotel. Yes, it is April the 26th, start at 1 p.m. April 26th at 1 p.m. Register. Call the number as the case may be. Call the number 346-2612. Call 346-2612. Call that number for this. Listen, I'm telling you, this is a life-changing event. 346-2612. That's 346-2612. 346-2612. Big Mike Wellness. Big Mike. The reason I'm saying Big Mike because that's my brother. Dr. James Clark, that's my brother. We have two wonderful ladies who will be part of the program. We have two wonderful ladies who will be part of the program, and they also Joy Holly, Double Diamond. Listen, fantastic lady. And you have also Gloria Charles Diamond, fantastic person. Listen, be part of this program. April the 26th. Call and register for this program. This is a fantastic program. Call the telephone number which I just told you. And you'll be part of this program. Call 346-2612. That's 346-2612. Call that number to register. Take the number down. So you can call today, you can call tomorrow, you can call Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Big Mike and they're ready for your call. Call and get the information. 346-2612. That's 346-2612. Trinidad, and it's under this fantastic company. It's called under Vita Health. Vita Health. You can't go wrong. It's about how to get better, things to make you better, but also how you can make money on your spare time. This is fantastic. Call Big Mike. Call Dr. James Clark. Call one of those lovely ladies. And the telephone number you can call to get into Big Mike in particular, you can call this telephone number, which is the number is 346-2612. That's 346-2612. And you can get onto him again, 346-2612. 346-2612. TNT, we're out of time. We're almost out of time. And remember, tomorrow Shelter Baptist Day. Let me say hello to Bishop Buffett, fantastic gentleman. Bishop Francis, gentleman, a well honorable gentleman. Bishop Francis, Bishop Buffett. Let me say hello to both of you all. Let me say hello again. I calling on for Junior Barrett. He's again whatever we can do to assist Junior Barrett. He didn't tell me to ask for help for him. I am saying we must assist people who made a contribution. Members of the UNC, assist Junior Barrett. And of course, I call him and fellow spiritual Baptist. He's spiritual Baptist. My friend, General Secretary, I'm calling upon you, sir, to assist Junior Buffett. assist Junior Buffett. Yes, assist Junior Buffett. TNT, I'm not sure, but is Dr. Clark ready? If he's ready, bring him on. If not, I'll finish the program. If he's ready, TNT, I love my country. That means that I'm still on. And if I'm still on, it means Dr. Clark is not coming on today. I'm not sure why, right? So at the end of the day, let me just say to you, this is our country. This is our country. We must love this country. We must build this country. We must not have racial tension. We must, like how, some of my biggest supporters are people of East Indian descent, and I support many, many people doing their own things. We must understand it's not about race, it's about the human face. We must fight for integrity, dignity, and honor. We must fight for each other. I want the Indian community to fight for that recognition of that whole slavery situation, because everybody knows it's true. I call upon the Syrian community to fight for it, the Lebanese community, the Caucasian community, the Hispanic community to fight for it, because why? It is true. History, it is true. It's one of the worst times in human history. I urge all of us to fight for it, to fight for the future of this country, to fight for the betterment of each other. I hope whenever you're in power, those are in power right now, stand committed to this country. Whether in Tobago or in Trinidad, stand committed to this country and put this country first. I call upon the African community in particular, as we go to Spiritual Baptist Holiday tomorrow, put aside differences and come together in terms of understanding that together you will aspire, together you will achieve, together you will have strength. Unity in the community equals prosperity. Is the only way to go. Is the only way to go. Else, you're just fighting now and pulling on yourself. Don't want to be a token, or that you are the only person of African descent in this whole group, and you feeling proud of yourself and somebody patting you on your shoulder. That's an insult. Always want others looking like you to be wrong. The Chamber of Commerce must have people more looking like you also are wrong. In all areas of aspect, in all boards that the government appoint, when you look around in the board must always have that blend, because that's what our country is. To do otherwise is to be slapped in the face. To do otherwise is to really to operate with a level of disgrace. To do otherwise is not right. And I'm saying we must all fight for one another, our commitment. And like today, I call upon the Honorable Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar, whatever you can do to encourage tourism that will turn the economic situation and in terms of the forex situation around, do it, and do it abundantly. Whatever further you can do. I call upon the opposition leader, whatever you can do to support tourism in this country, do it and do it abundantly, and do it with love and do it with honor. I call upon the president of our nation to always give words of advice to the country, always knowing that issue a press release of something, not taking this out that side, but something of national interest that gets given words of upliftment, words of encouragement, because this is what our country needs right now. I call upon the police service to do as best as you can to truly ensure that you understand what's taking place in this land, to turn the thing around. Indeed, I call upon all of us as citizens to truly begin to respect and to love and to appreciate each other, because that's the only way we can go from strength to strength. So until we shall meet again, which is Monday, tomorrow Monday, the holiday, we will do something that's special for you, some words of strength, some words of inspiration that you can understand that I care about our nation. We will do that accordingly. So we can continue to love each other, continue to write. And if you need accommodation, you need a room to rent, or you need a place to stay, to bring the children for the Easter, there's an Easter special. All children are free. All children are free for Easter, accompanied by their parents. Come take a room, swim in the pool, go on the avenue, go out by the zoo, take the children for a treat. After the SEA, it's not just for SEA students, so all children, once you're accompanied by your parents, you're free of charge at Caribbean Tourist Villa. You're free of charge at Caribbean Tourist Villa. Come and stay, come and enjoy the ambience. Call Caribbean Tourist Villa. All children, the Easter special is on. The Easter special, last night it was a treat. People came all from Toko, and this lady, Miss Maharaj, came down. She came out with her grandchildren from Toko Sanigani side, and she came down and they spent about 4 days. They had a ball. People come to Caribbean Tourist Villa and enjoy yourself. TNT, until we shall meet again, remember, live to love to live, and let the rest of your life be the best of your life. TNT, as always, I love you, and indeed, I love my country. God bless.